Then Lindor and Nimmo also having tremendous years. That's hit up the middle by Marte, and he continues to hit late in the season. He's now had a hit in 10 straight games, and the Mets have a leadoff base runner in the 5th.
It has. He's still young. Every once in a while he'll get anxious and chase, but it's been consistently better.
Chops this one to short, a chance for two, but it skips by Swanson. And that might be the break the Mets need. Marte to third. Alvarez slides in safely at second. Dansby Swanson trying to come to that ball to give himself a chance for a double play, and it skipped right under his glove for an error. And the Mets have second and third and one out. I think we've definitely seen it with Mullins. He has struggled badly. Pulled on the ground toward the hole, but Horner shuffles over to get it and gets the out at first as Marte comes home to cut the Cubs lead to 6-2. So Lindor with his second RBI of the night, his 82nd of the year.
That's been the most impressive thing.
And he takes ball 4, and that puts 2 men on for Alonso. That's walk number 124 for Soto, now just one shy of John Olerud's club record. So now Alonso with a chance to get the Mets right back in this. He has flied out and taken a call third strike, 0 for 2. Alvarez at third, Soto at first with 2 down. He's second in the National League with 122 RBIs. Kyle Schwarber got to 130 tonight. And Pete drives one deep right field. Suzuki goes back and watches it off the Ivy. In to score is Alvarez. Soto stops at third, and Alonso's going to have to hold it first. A bullet by Alonso, needed a little more height to get it out. It goes as a long RBI single to cut the Cubs lead to 6-3.
That ball was absolutely hammered. That sinker coming in is what I was talking about earlier, staying with your hands inside the ball on the sinker, and Pete, as strong as anybody, drives that ball out to right. A matter of a couple of feet, that's a 3-run homer.
So the Mets cash a couple of runs after the Swanson error. They pulled to within 3. Cubs make a pitching change. We'll be right back to Wrigley Field. They do have the same genetics, though. That's drilled to deep right field. Suzuki going back into the well. That ball is out of here. Brandon Nimmo ties the game with a 3-run homer. That is the second time in a week that they brought in a lefty to face Nimmo, and he's hit a 3-run homer. He did it against the Padres, and now he does it against the Cubs, and the Mets have come from 5 runs down to tie it 6-6 in the 5th. Two out, 2 on, 2-2 to Lindor. And he lines one up the middle, base hit. Here comes McNeil around third. He'll score the go-ahead run. Francisco Lindor drives in his 3rd run of the night, and the Mets go in front 7-6. He's here, he's there, he's every bleeping where. When the chips are down, Lindor is the man.
Well, Lindor, when this guy goes, this team goes, did a great job of spoiling the pitch before on the high fastball, fouling it off, and being on top of that one.
First Alvarez with a 3-1 advantage. And he drives one deep left center field. Crow Armstrong back, and it's out of here! Francisco Alvarez puts the Mets in front with a 2-run homer. Alvarez with the biggest hit of his life, his 10th home run of the year, and the Mets are back in front. It's 9-7 in the 8th. On a night the Mets have needed big performances, they have gotten them. 3 RBIs for Lindor, big home runs for Nimmo, and now Alvarez.
Well, Alvarez, fastball down the middle, he drives it, he knows he got it, but there's a lot of wind up there. He cut it through the wind, no doubt about this one.
Well, after being robbed of a home run on Sunday in the same part of the ballpark, he made no mistake.
Yeah, he's a strong man.
Lindor takes a big rip at a high slider. 0-2. 3 hits. He's driven in a run, stolen a base. And Díaz makes quick work of him. 3 pitches, sit down, 1 out. So Horner, who almost never strikes out, goes down with the bat on his shoulder, 1 away.
Those were corners and nasty, and Edwin was about as sharp as I've seen him over the weekend, and looks like he's starting it off the right way right now.
3-2. Got him swinging on the slider. Back-to-back strikeouts for Díaz to start the bottom of the 8th. 2 down.
Yeah, you can see the confidence that he has in that slider right now. 3-2. Doesn't want to give Ian Happ something to hit, and when he's got that kind of command, just that little late slider gets it into that no zone for Ian Happ.
So 2 out and nobody on. Now Seiya Suzuki, who had an RBI single in the 6th that tied up this game at 7 apiece. Suzuki takes that slider inside for ball 1. The Reds lost earlier tonight. The Diamondbacks are down 1-0 to the Dodgers in the 3rd. They're facing the pitching of Shohei Ohtani. That's drilled out to left field. Over comes Nimmo. He's there. Side retired. 1-2-3 inning in the 8th for Edwin Díaz. It's 9-7 going to the 9th. From 3-0 to 3-2 to Carson Kelly. Struck him out. After falling behind 3-0, he comes back and strikes out Kelly with a slider. 1 man down in the 9th.
Well, if we've seen anything out of the last week or so, this is a game of inches. So, and it's been working against the Mets. Right there, he has no chance. He's thinking about that fastball again. Waves at the slider.
Díaz ahead on Bush, 0-2. Strike 3 called. 2 men down. Edwin Díaz working at premium effort. 5 batters, 4 strikeouts. The Cubs are down to their final out. Two coming. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. Edwin Díaz gets the final 6 outs, ties a career high with 5 strikeouts. The Mets have their biggest comeback victory and their biggest victory of the season as they start the final week with a come-from-behind 9-7 victory over the Cubs to go back in front by a game over the Reds in the National League wildcard race.
Wow, that was some kind of impressive by Edwin Díaz. Took the ball, knew that it was his job to get this win. And this team has shown some resilience right now. This is a team that could have rolled over down 6-1. The way things have been bouncing for them, and they fought. Like I compared it to a prize fight. They fought their way through this one. A great job by the bullpen, capped off by a great job by Edwin Díaz.
Swanson, whose error opened the door for a 5-run inning, strikes out to end it. Brandon Nimmo had a tying home run. And then the go-ahead home run in the 8th inning by Francisco Alvarez to put the Mets over the top, and Díaz did the rest and got the final 6 outs, 6 up, 6 down with 5 strikeouts. Tonight's win is brought to you by Moomoo. Download the Moomoo app for access to special Mets perks and smarter trading decisions. Your Spectrum summary: Francisco Alvarez made it stick with a 2-run homer in the 8th. as the Mets pull off their largest comeback of the season, down 6-1. They defeat the Cubs 9-7 to move a game in front of the Reds in the National League wildcard standings. The Amazing Mets Foundation will contribute $2,500 to Northwell Health and the Cass Institute for Women's Health for every Mets win. For more information, visit northwell.edu/cats. The total contribution so far this season is $202,500. There are your standings up to the moment. The Diamondbacks in progress. They're down 1-0 to the Dodgers in the 4th inning.
Got on top of that fastball and hammered it right back up the middle. It's a leadoff single.
Hey folks, tickets remain for tomorrow and Thursday evening's matchup.
That's to short, and that one eats up Swanson and out into left center field. Happ will pick it up and fire it towards Nico. And Alvarez into second. It'll go E6.
Dansby charges this ball. He's thinking two. He's trying to come aggressively and just can't handle that short hop. He knows he's got a slow runner going down the line. You know, the other way to play it, obviously, stay back, get the convenient hop, and just settle for the 1 out. But he wanted two, and more times than not, he's going to make that play.
To the right side, Horner takes it in, toss to Bush, and the run comes in. It's 6-2.
Borderline pitch.
Stairs, and he walked him. And I mean, look, this kid's making history, right? 200 homers and 1,000 hits through the age 26 season in Major League history. Soto, Harper, Cabrera, Andre Jones, Griffey, Orlando Cepeda, Hank Aaron. I mean, it's basically the Hall of Fame who's who.
Yeah. Bunch of Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers, and A-Rod.
That's drilled to right field. Suzuki back, and that one off the top of the wall. Seiya gets it in, fires it to second, and holds Alonso to a long, loud single. It produces a run, and it's 6-3.
Seem to recall Pete Alonso having some really big games here at Wrigley Field. He has that ability to sit back and drive that ball the other way. Got out there in a hurry. Well played by Suzuki, and Alonso has to slam on the brakes.
Craig Counsell out of the dugout. Takes the baseball from Michael Soroka. Pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Fly ball right field. That's back. That's gone. Nimmo with one swing has tied this game up. 6-6.
This is what the Mets do. They slug. I mentioned earlier, it felt like a comfortable lead, but there's so much firepower in this lineup. Goes back to the breaking ball, and Nimmo leans on it. He's talking to it. Says, "Come on, get out of here!" And sure enough, it does.
Base hit up the middle. McNeil around third. He's coming in to score, and Lindor has given the Mets a 7-6 lead.
2 outs, nobody on when this rally started for the Mets. They've gone double walk, now RBI single as Lindor gets on top of that high fastball. UCA gets to it in good shape. It has no shot at McNeil, so wisely just tosses it back into the infield.
3-1. Fly ball out towards left center, and that's back, and that is gone. And Alvarez is pumped up.
Well, unfortunate.
9-7.
Yeah, he didn't get the call on the previous fastball. Decided to challenge with the 3-1 heater, and that's something we don't see that much in the modern game. The challenge fastball, and Alvarez jumped all over it. A lot of Met fans here are on their feet. And here's the previous fastball. I mean, not egregious, but it's a strike. And then they double up with the heater, and Alvarez unloads.
So a 2-run homer, and it's now 9-7 Mets.
So much on the line. You got to be a little bit more aggressive the way you use your bullpen. And Carlos Mendoza goes to his closer here, and he just busted a 92-mile-an-hour slider over the outside corner.
Yikes. Nasty pitch right there. Here's Ian Happ.
And one of those nights.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
And kind of a rarity. The Cubs have played a lot of close games in the second half, but most of them have been low scoring.
So 2 away now, and Seiya Suzuki. Mets have out-hit the Cubs 10-9 and lead at 9-7. Jonah Tong and Matthew Boyd scheduled starters for tomorrow. Left field, Nimmo is there, makes the catch, and the Cubs go 1-2-3. Three and 2, here we go. The pitch. And Kelly has gone on strikes.
And had the count in his favor, and just started on the one way in, foul ball, and just a little overly anxious.
Came on as a pinch hitter in the third. And that is called strike 3.
Time 99 elevated from Díaz. He's faced 5. He struck out 4. Lamped up, you think?
Yeah. A 2-inning save he's trying for here. The 2-2. And he struck him out. And he strikes out the side in 5 of the 6 to finish it off. The Cubs cough up a 5-run lead in this one and fall to the Mets 9-7. This is a tough one.
Yeah, boy, with Cade Horton on the mound in that early lead, you felt really good about things. But Cade had to leave with the back. Mets delivered 3 long balls, and the Cubs have dropped 5 in a row. Toast of the game is brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Nico Horner, and a losing effort, really good again here tonight. 3 singles, scored 4 runs. He continues to swing a red-hot bat as he pursues the batting title in the National League. He creeps up on Trey Turner with a 3-hit performance here tonight. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
So the Mets win it here, 9-7, the final for Jim Deshaies, Taylor McGregor, and our entire crew. I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Again, your final: Mets 9, And the Cubs 7. Tomorrow's game is at 7:05, and it is on ESPN. But turn back to Marquee Sports Network after the game for the full post-game reaction. Up next, the aforementioned Cubs post-game live. Cole Wright and Cliff Floyd. It's coming up. Stick around.